beautiful Spark, and welcome back to another solo episode of Spark TV. I'm your host and humble guide, Danielle, and so excited to share another story with you today. And that is what I wanted to talk about today, is where we're at in terms of the Spark Women in Business grants, and specifically some observations and lessons that I have had. So we are now in round 4. So depending on when you're listening to this, round 4 opens, applications open on the 1st of May. So we have been, I guess, in market. The Spark grants have been around for 9 months. So 3 rounds. So every round takes about 3 months, a month for applications, a month for voting and judging, and then a month to, well, it's really only the first week of that month where we tally up, do all the vote verification, all of that good stuff, award the grants and fund the grants. So about of a 3-month life cycle per round. And in the first 3 rounds, we have given away $40,000 to 5 amazing women in business. We started out in round 1 with just a $10K grant. And in round 2 and round 3, we had $15,000 worth of grants in each round, a $10K and a $5K. So it's been phenomenal. Oh my God, like this is just the beginning. So if you have been following along and you haven't thrown your hat in the ring yet for a grant, would love you to. But what I wanted to talk to you about today, so look, through that process, there's been so many lessons internally. So, but it was kind of something I expected. You know, I've been in business now for 12 years across 3, maybe 4 businesses, if you count my very first one anyway. And, you know, I think that you are always learning. There are always going to be things that you miss. You can't expect to launch perfectly. And if you do, you've probably missed the mark with your customers, and or you never launched, because nothing's ever perfect. So I always expected feedback. You know, that's why things have changed. That's why we now have a judge awarded grant. Every round we have changed the voting system to make it more secure, to make it easier for voters to vote. So that was expected. What I want to talk to you about today are the unexpected things that have come up through the grant process, and the lessons, the observations I've had talking to women in business who have been considering applying, the ones that have applied, the ones that haven't applied, because there's been some really interesting common threads, common themes amongst them all. The first one that probably shocked me the most, and not in a good way, was women self-rejecting. So what do I mean by self-rejecting? I mean women, female founders, have basically been inventing reasons why they are not eligible for the grant before even reading all of the information or before even having a conversation. So, and look, don't get me wrong. I know the Spark Women in Business grants will not be for everybody. That is totally fine. Whatever your reason is for applying or for not applying, I don't care. I just want to get more money back in the hands of women, right? So that's fine. That's out of the way. So, but, you know, I'm on a mission, right? I want this to work. I want this to grow even bigger. So I am actively contacting women in business to share information about the grants. And I would have women reply to me, again, without having gotten the information yet, or without having gone off to explore it themselves yet, and say things like, I'm based in South Australia, or I'm not a technology platform, or I'm a not-for-profit, I'm a social impact company. I'm like, what? Hang on. So these are real statements that women have said to me that really took me aback, because I was like, well, you don't even know, like literally all 3 of those things that I just said makes you eligible for the grant. They are not eligibility restrictions. The grant is open to any woman in business in Australia, Singapore, and New Zealand who's been in business for 12 months. Yes, there are criteria, but You don't have to be from a certain state or a particular business type. It doesn't matter if you're not for profit or for profit. Like, it was just really shocked me that these women would put up these objections and make up some kind of eligibility criteria that didn't even exist. It really blew my mind. And I put it down to two potential reasons, right? The first one being that they've been burnt by other grants before. And I know this viscerally, right? So I've been in business for over 12 years. My first business, Scrunch, is a technology platform. It's software for influencer marketing. And so over the last decade, I have looked at and applied for many different grants. And I too have been burnt. I have been not in the right state for some that I've wanted to apply for. I've been not innovative enough for some. I wasn't even female enough for the female founder grant that came out because we have shareholders. So because, I don't know, we had too many male shareholders, I was suddenly not female founder enough to apply for the female founder grant. It was just like blew my mind. But that is the reason why we started the Spark Women in Business grants, because I was tired of people making it so hard to get money back into the hands of women in business. So part of one of the ways we set up the program was to make eligibility really broad to be the antidote to these grants. So we made eligibility, again, as long as you are identify as female, you are based in Australia, Singapore, New Zealand, you've been in business for 12 months, and you're a Spark member, then that's it. Everything else is fair game. It doesn't matter your industry, your business model. It doesn't matter if you have a male co-founder. It doesn't matter, what state you're in, whether you're living in the middle of nowhere or in a city. It doesn't matter if you're tech or if you're impact-based or food or whatever. It doesn't matter, because I believe that you are making an impact in some way in the world. And whether that be in your community or, you're going to be a global powerhouse, I don't care. I believe in the problems that women are solving and the businesses that they're creating. So we wanted to make eligibility super broad. So that was a really interesting one. The second reason, though, I found that women are self-rejecting is imposter syndrome, which totally sucks, right? Because that's in our head. So imposter syndrome, I'm sure we've all talked to death about imposter syndrome, but basically, feeling like you're not good enough, right? Feeling like you're not worthy of the initiative, not worthy of success, not enough, which is all total bullshit. You are enough. You are worthy. The business you're creating is amazing. So please put that aside. But how crazy that the way that translates sometimes is opting ourselves out of opportunities. So that imposter syndrome, I live in Adelaide, so clearly I can't apply for that grant. It's like, what? You just made up some random excuse because you feel like you're not good enough. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. Like, I get it. As I said, Spark grants won't be for everybody. But then I was like, well, what other opportunities are women opting themselves out of without even looking into it more closely? Like, how big is this problem? Sure, if you don't want to look at the Spark grants, that's fine. But are you doing this like through your entire business? Are you missing out on opportunities because you are self-rejecting, because you are selecting yourself out of opportunities for zero reason other than you think that you're not good enough, not worthy enough, not anything enough? That to me was the biggest eye opener, because I was like, how big is this problem? How much is it holding women in business back? So that was totally shocking, a totally shocking revelation for the Spark grants. So the second observation that I've had is that the video component of the application was a much larger hurdle than I thought it would be. So as part of the application process, again, we wanted to, be the antidote to the grants that we had experienced in the past and make the application process super easy. So it is a few business questions like what is your business, website, contact details, that kind of stuff. And then there are three main questions. What do you do and who do you serve? And then how would 5K or 10K impact your business, help you create more profit and impact? And then what would you spend it on? Three questions, that's it. Plus a 2-minute video kind of articulating the same thing. What do you do? And how would the 5K or 10K impact your business? And that's crazy. That was shocking too. And mate, look, maybe I'm a little bit more okay showing up on video than some people. I totally get that. But, we're talking a 2-minute video just talking about your business and what the grant would do for your business. And that was enough to scare people out of applying. They would sit on it right to the last minute and just decide it was too hard. They would again make up all the excuses like I don't have the technology. Just insane to think that a 2-minute video might hold someone back from applying for the grant that could change their business. And again, how widespread is this? Does this mean that you're not showing up on social media with video? Does this mean that you're not accepting podcast interview opportunities? Like, how widespread is this problem and what is it holding us back from? Again, that was the biggest thing that stuck in my mind was, wow, what is the size of this problem? When it comes to the Spark grant, I keep saying to people, and the winners, don't get me wrong, the winners are people who have recorded on their mobile phones. This is not high tech. This is just, the reason we do this is for a couple of reasons. We want the voters and the judges to be able to connect with you and for you to be able to put your best foot forward. So some people show up better in written form. Some people show up better on video. Some people consume, so the judges and the voters consume information better via video or written. So we wanted both ways for you to be able to put your best foot forward. But stepping out of your comfort zone never hurt a female founder either. So pushing people to show up on video was also, part of the remit as well. So, but again, we keep telling people, mobile phone, be in good lighting, be in a quiet place and use your phone. That's it. There is no high tech. There is no nothing. And the 5 different women who have won it's been like that. It's been, beautiful Leanne from Akala STEM who won the 5K judge awarded vote. Like, her video is just literally her holding the phone, walking around her property, but just being so real and raw and honest about the impact that she is having through her business. So that was shocking. And if I can do anything to help you get past the video component, please hit me up. Okay, so then the third lesson that was learned over the time was that applicants worried about asking their community to vote for them. 2 things I want to say on that. Firstly, we listened to that feedback. So in round 1, we only had a community vote for the grant. So there was one grant, 10K, and it was community vote driven. We got feedback from our community, from the Spark community, that not everyone has big communities. Not everyone has a big email list or a big social following to get the votes that they might need to win. So that's why we introduced the second grant, which was 5K and awarded by a judge. So if you want to apply and just set it and forget it and not go out and garner votes from your community, you do not have to. That is an option now. However, a really awesome thing happened, which I did not expect, but I absolutely love, because Spark, as a women in business membership community, it is very sales and marketing led. It's very growth led. My background is sales and marketing for the last 20 years. So it's a business membership for women that is really infused with growth. We talk about sales a lot. We talk about marketing a lot. We talk about how to grow revenue, how to grow profit, how to grow impact a lot. So when the applicants of all of the rounds, when multiple applicants said to me, I won or I didn't win, but that by going out and reminding their communities and audiences what they did, the value they provide and saying, hey, if you can spare the time to vote for me, they actually increased sales. And I wrote these words the other day in the blog article I wrote around this theme that was, oh my God, so you're telling me you told more people about what you did and they purchased from you. It's so funny. We always talk about how people like to overcomplicate sales, but realistically, it's just tell more people what you do. And then you optimize that by telling more targeted people what you do in ways that they want to hear it. But how obvious that that is the happy accident of applying for this grant program and telling your communities and asking them to vote for you is that you made more sales. I could not be more thrilled about that unexpected outcome, right? Because the purpose of Spark is to get more money in the hands of women. And the fact that it also gets more money in the hands of women, even if they don't win the grant, that was so amazing, so mind-blowing. It's just awesome, right? It just really cements that we are on the right track. We are, fulfilling our dream of empowering more women to experience freedom through business ownership and entrepreneurship. I'm stoked. So they're my lessons for you today from, we've had about 80 applicants per round. 3 rounds, 5 winners, $40,000. Round 4 opens on the 1st of May. Please don't self-reject. Please just apply. Please, if you have a problem with the video, just do it anyway, or book a time with me and we'll do it together. And tell more people about the amazing value you provide. And you might just be surprised that your business grows as a result as well. I hope that helps somebody listening today apply for the grant, or even just jump on another opportunity. If you're holding yourself back from any opportunity, I hope this was just a little kick up the bum episode that might help you jump on something that's waiting for you, because you are amazing and your business is amazing and you bloody deserve it. Have a beautiful rest of your day.